Cheerlead yourself. That's exactly what your journal is for. Because nobody is going to be there to do it for you. Nobody. You get that feeling when I'm talking to you like this, but it stops as soon as you stop listening to this. And you go back to your regular world, think about everything you're doing. When you start trading it next week, you're going to be arm wrestling fear, uncertainty, and the looming sense that you're going to fail, and I'm probably going to be wasting my time, and I'm going to feel demoralized if that's the case. That's all what everybody feels when they're trading. You're first finding yourself, everybody thinks and feels just like that. It's normal. And you're looking for some way to avoid that. And I'm telling you, you got to walk right up to it, flick it in the fucking nose and say, I'm not deterred by you, bitch. I'm here for it. And I'm walking through you. And once you do that, with fear of missing out, lack of discipline, impatience, greed, what do you got left? All upside. All upside. Does it mean you'll never have a losing trade? No. It just means when you do, it's fucking nothing. It's a paper cut. Who gives a shit? But when you make everything about image and make everything about stats and keeping up with the Joneses and outperforming this person and that person, you have made and elevated trading to a level that's not required. You already are compounding the difficulty in something that need not be added to. But social media does that. It creates competitions when there is none. It presents drama for you to worry about when there shouldn't be any. Humble beginnings, folks. All of you have the opportunity to have that now. Even if you've been profitable. Even if you've been contemplating, trying to do something new with the stuff I teach and you're already doing things on your own, doing something else. Try this model. Try this approach to doing it. Studying it. Seeing how people can grow, develop with the least. And I want to inspire you to think about where you might be next year if you've done this project with yourself. If you walk forward with it for the next 90 days and you submit yourself to this process. That doesn't mean don't do everything else that you're already doing, but at least try this. Just try it. That's all. Just try it. And see what you learn about yourself. See what you discover about how you view price and how you look at yourself in terms of KPIs. Okay, these measurement statistics that help you determine how well you're doing in progress. And imagine what you'll feel when you get to the point where after 90 days, you can start doing it with 2 contracts. Do that for 2 weeks. And then after 2 weeks, if you're successful doing it there, then go to 3 contracts for 2 weeks. If you're finding the same routine and rhythm there, after those 2 weeks, go up 1 more contract. And you do that continuously until you get to 10 contracts and then plateau there and spend a few months doing just that. At that point, folks, you've literally are at a level that you're in the upper 5% of traders. Like you are doing numbers and consistency that any institution would fucking love for you to be able to prove that you can do that with their funds. Over time, it grows more and more and more, but you have to allow for that incremental growth. You don't want it right now because it's uncomfortable. It takes a long time. It's like anybody wants to go to a gym and work out. Maybe over the holidays, they put on a couple pounds and they want to get shredded because spring will be here soon. They want to start working out. They might join the gym. They might go there for the first few times, and all of a sudden, I ain't going to the gym today. I got something else to do. And then all of a sudden, they're not doing anything except for paying for the gym membership. And they're gaining more weight, getting more unhealthy. And the whole time, they're lying to themselves in the mirror. It ain't that bad looking. My love handles ain't that bad. My shirts feel a little bit more tighter than they used to be. That's all right. Who cares? I'm married, right? I make all these excuses. And that incremental movement away from your goal You're willing to accept those, but you're not willing to put in the effort to do these incremental gains and goal movement further away to a goal that's worth holding and striving for. It's funny how that works. It's just like when you hold your trades that are losing, you're willing to hold it. You're willing to hold on to that trade that's a losing trade. You know it's a losing trade, but you just can't let go of it. There's something in you that's holding you back from just taking that loss. You need to discover what that is. I don't know what it is. I'm not equipped to be able to do that because it's different for all of us. Me, when I was new, I didn't want to let go of a losing trade because I wanted to be right. Because everybody around me said I was wrong about trying to attempt it, to think that I was going to be better than anybody else in our family, to feel like I was going to be a success story because everyone around me was a failure. My friends, my family members, none of us except for my aunt, one aunt, she was the only one that graduated high school. Well, my uncle obviously went to college and got a business degree later on. Finished it in his 40s and was managing a KFC. Then tried to be a stockbroker and failed. He was the one that made the money in the 83 with sugar. About the condominium down in Ocean City. He was the one that was talking to me when I was 14, 15, 16 years old. The only thing I was interested in was martial arts, and he was trying to tell me, go to school, get a good job as an electronic technician, and learn how to trade futures and options. Michael, the richest people in the world trade futures and options. And at 14, nobody gives a fuck. Nobody gives a fuck at 14 years old about that. But I was being groomed. I was being groomed back then. Everything was being laid out in front of me, and I was resisting it even then, which is understandable. But you're being presented the same thing right now, and you're going to make excuses why you don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I'm just going to stick to his silver bullet. This is better to do that. This is silver bullet. Silver bullet is simply a run to a fair value gap towards a liquidity pool. That's it. That's a silver bullet. Because it gives you every ingredient to a trade that you're looking for. That's why I dubbed it silver bullet. You're all looking for a silver bullet way of trading. And I thought to myself, you know what? I say that so many times, critiquing their expectations as a new trader. I'm just going to create that model and we'll call it that. And that's why silver bullet was named that. It answers all your fucking problems if you just do everything I'm telling you to do and avoid the things I tell you to avoid. If you do those things, it answers everything for you. It gives you a time when to trade. There's no guesswork. It's going to form in that hour. It's going to run towards a liquidity pool that's obvious to you if you study inside that hour. What is it gravitating to? What 15-minute or hourly high or low is it reaching for? Who gives a fuck what the bias is?